Hi students. Okay, so this is your video on the syllabus. I'm going to go over highlighted aspects of it, but you are required to read through the syllabus on your own. It's in its entirety. So as you can see here on the first page, you've got all my contact information, um, my office location, my phone number, and student success hours where you can make an appointment with me. Now, if these hours don't work with you, then we can obviously make an appointment that work with your um, schedule. If you have any, if for some reason, you need to meet with me in person, we can make an appointment, okay? The best way to meet with me is to make an appointment. I wear a lot of hats on our campus. So there might be times where I actually will not be available during those office hours because I have meetings scheduled. So the best way to contact me is through making an appointment. So I'm going to scroll down. That is the course description, and I will not read that. I'm going to make you guys read that and then learning outcomes. For this particular course, you all don't have to take EDUC 1300. You're one of the few students who get the double dip. Okay, you have EDUC 1301 and 1300 in one class. So these aspects of 1300 will be embedded within the class and it'll be throughout the semester. You don't have to worry about it now. I embed them throughout the semester, so you will get some assignments that pertain to EDUC 1300. They will overlap with our teacher education courses, so it won't be like out of the blue, disconnected type of activities. Okay, here is your textbook. This ISBN is for the print and the digital content. Next week, I'm going to go over the digital content with you so you'll know how to use Breville. It is not, unfortunately, attached to D2L. It will be a separate website that you will have to create through Pearson's website. And again, don't worry about that right now. We'll talk about it next week. Working reliable computer. You're taking an online class, you got to have a working, reliable computer. If you don't, then you need to go to campus and use their computers. I did not grow up with a computer as a college student, so I had to do that. I had to go to the campus computer labs and rely on them for everything, every single thing that I had to type. And there wasn't anything that was handwritten, everything had to be typed. My professors wanted that. Same situation with my master's degree. I know I didn't even have a computer during my master's degree, and I had to go drive all the way downtown to UH where I got my master's, um, the location, UH Maine, and I had to do what I had to do. All right, we're moving on. Um, oh, I forgot. By the way, if you are all students at Lone Star College Sci-Fair, therefore you can get MS Office for free. Let me show you how. I'm going to go ahead and go to the Lone Star College website. And on the website, okay, and I'm just going to go back to the home page. So here's the home page. Go to search OTS, which is the Office of Technology Services, and then click the very first link. And then here it is, the Office of Technology Services, OTS. You really need to know this acronym because you might have to call them because you're having issues with either your My Lone Star account or D2L. So I would, if I were you, put this phone number on your phone or the toll-free number on your phone to troubleshoot with an operator just in case you are having issues. The other thing that you have access to is Office for free. Awesome. So you click on this and you'll have to follow some steps, okay? Now, if you're having problems, guess what? The Office of Technology Services can help you through it. So then go back up here and call that phone number, and then they'll walk you through the process of getting MS Office for free. So there should not be an excuse that you do not have Word, PowerPoint, or whatever needs you that are required for our assignments. Okay, so because all of you get it for free. So please take advantage of that. I'm going to go back to the syllabus now. All right, so we talked about the computer. These are the standards that are specific to the State Board of Educator certification, and they are your PPR, your Pedagogy Professional Responsibilities. Right now, Texas Education Agency, which is TEA, requires you to take a PPR test, which is for every single student teacher. Okay, that you would need to take that in order to be a teacher. That's one of the tests that you have to take. We'll go over the rest later. So I'm not going to go read those, but those are the things that you, as a future teacher, will be responsible for. Here are my guidelines. All right, so I teach this class as a simulation to the actual work world, okay, which is your professional arena. You need to be professional in this online platform. Sorry. You need to communicate grammatically correct via email, discussion boards, and assignments. You, as a future teacher of all professions, need to be a professional when it comes to communication, because guess who you're communicating to? Your boss, who is the principal, your administrators, your colleagues, and most importantly, the parents of your students. So if you are not a professional communicator, people are going to discredit your ability and your abilities. So the practice starts now. It does not start when you become a teacher. It starts now. In fact, when you finish our degree, okay, the Associate of Arts in Teaching, your universities will be interviewing you, and part of that interview will have some written um, format. I don't know what kind of format, but they're going to want to know that you can write professionally and communicate professionally. So that's really important as well. Okay, attendance. So how am I going to count attendance online? It is absolutely possible. So because I'm an instructor, I have access to how long you've been on our class, how often you click onto our class, how often you're reading the assignments, and so on. So if I'm noticing that you're not turning in work, then I'm going to go look at your progress report, meaning how, just like what I said, how long, how often are you actually logging in? So please make sure that you're consistently on at least 3 times a week. You know, that's typical for any class to be on 3 times a week, because I will be giving you periodic updates as well as announcements. And if you wait to the last minute and it's something that you had to have known before, that's going to hurt you. Okay, so be on at least 3 times a week. Your grade determination is 5% of your final average, which is half a letter grade, guys. So if you're in a position where you are either getting a B or C or a C or D, that would not be good, because then this class wouldn't transfer for you. Or an A or B, your attendance grade could either help you or dramatically hurt you. Okay? So please, please, please take that seriously. All right, course withdrawal. I do not drop students from the course. It is up to you to drop the course. Okay, so if you, for some reason, your schedule is just out of whack this semester and you cannot keep up, then you need to fill out the drop form and initiate the process. If you do that before W Day, you will not fail. If you do that after W Day, you will get an F for the course. Okay, so that is not a good thing. And remember, the 6-drop rule in the state of Texas is 6. So if you drop this class here at Lone Star, it follows you to whatever university you decide to go to. It will not reset your drop. The amount of drops do not reset when you go to the university. They follow you. So be very judicious on which courses you drop. Okay, actually, when I was in college, we did not even have a 6-drop rule. We could drop as many classes as we want. But guess what? I only dropped 2 classes because my classes each were about $1,200 each. So if I dropped a class, guess what? I just threw away over $1,000 of money. And I was very judicious and decided to drop only just the very few. Okay, and I think one of them was from a community college. And so I also went to community colleges and I dropped a class there. So it wasn't that expensive. It wasn't $1,200. I went to Baylor University as my undergrad, and Baylor at the time was only $12,000 a year, which is not too bad comparatively to public universities even today. And Baylor University now is $60,000. So it's pretty crazy. All right. Assignments. No late work will be accepted. Turn in things on time. You are a future teacher. Your principals will absolutely not tolerate late work because you have to turn in lesson plans every week. I worked for an institution where if I turned in my lesson plan late, they would deduct a percentage of my paycheck. Okay, so read the fine print when you have to turn in work, and if you turn in work late, what the penalties are. And if you consistently do that in your professional life, again, you will lose credibility from your principal who, you know, gives you your yearly contract. And you could um, lose your contract if you're consistently late with that. So late work should not be, make sure that you do not put yourself in that trap. You've got to start being timely this semester, okay? Starting this semester. Okay, all the due dates will be posted online, so I actually didn't put any due dates here on this um, syllabus because they're all online and they could vary. I could change due dates if necessary. Again, there's the toll-free number for OTS. Okay, I will not resort to any kind of grade school practices. You're a college student, and I will treat you like a college student because all college students want to be treated like adults. And that's what I'm going to do. I am not going to constantly be nagging you about work because you're an adult. If you forget, unfortunately, that's your mistake. But I will not be constantly reminding you, okay? I might give you one reminder and that's about it. All right. Required information sessions for EDUC 1301, Introduction to the Teaching Profession. You are all required to go to an information session because our Associate of Arts in Teaching degree has changed. And we want to make sure that you are aware of the changes and you are aware of what classes will transfer to the university of your choice. Our degree plan almost looks like, and I'm going to mention this because there's a professor, Shamima Rastu, and I usually lead these information sessions and we go over the content of all that you need to know as a student within our department. But the number one thing is that you learn to contact the university you choose. We actually really stress and pretty much tell you that you need to choose your university of choice at the end of your freshman year. You cannot wait because our degree plan is very dependent on the degree plans of the university. Not all of the classes, not all the universities agree with, like, for example, the science classes that you need to take. So if you choose UHD, they're going to want you to take biology, chemistry, and physics. If you take Texas Tech, they'll want you to take a geology class. So they're all different. And if you don't have your university chosen by the end of your freshman year, guess what? You're going to end up being in limbo because you don't know um, what classes you need to take. So that's something to keep in mind.